welcome to Earth Angel TV, the show created by Earth Angels for Earth Angels. I'm Michelle Gordon and I'm the author of the Earth Angel series and Where's My Fucking Unicorn? Today's episode is about stories. Now, stories are a very important part of my life, obviously writing fiction, but I'm going to talk about the stories that we tell ourselves, that we tell other people about our lives, the stories that we are perpetuating every single day. And the reason I want to look at these stories, and it's something that I look at in the in Where's My Fucking Unicorn, is that we are writing these stories, we are creating these stories, we are the author of our own lives. And yet, so often we hold on to the stories that don't actually serve us, that aren't actually helping us to get what we want in life. And so they aren't actually good for us, but they're dramatic and they're fun and, you know, they have all these like amazing elements, so we just like telling the story over and over. And I found that personally, when I tell a story over and over, it kind of heightens the underlying issue. So as an example, if I was to injure myself and then I create a whole narrative and a whole story around the way the injury occurred and what happened, and I tell those people about it, it actually makes the pain worse. Whereas if I injure myself and I immediately go into a healing mode and really nurture whatever it is that I've injured and really take good care of myself and know that, you know, the injury doesn't really mean anything, it doesn't, you know, mean that I have to carry it around for the rest of my life, then I'm more likely to heal it, to let it go, and to move on. So what stories are you telling yourself? What stories are you telling other people? Because the stories that we tell ourselves every day are the stories that we keep creating in the future. So if you want to create a new story, then you've got to let go of the old one. And I find that the more that we talk about certain experiences that we've had and we tell the stories, the reason for doing that is because there is something within those stories that still needs healing. It's our subconscious's way of making us aware that there is something that needs addressing. And so I'm not saying stop telling all your stories and tell new ones. I'm saying look at the stories that you're telling. Look at the stories that you believe about yourself. What needs looking at? What needs healing? What needs letting go? And then what story do you want to create next? Because you are the author. You can start a new chapter. You can turn over a new leaf. And you can actually create a whole new narrative for yourself. You can literally be whatever character you want to be in your own life. So really, what I want to say is don't keep telling the same old stories. If you want to create a new one, look at the old stories, look at what needs to be healed from them, look at what needs to be let go. There may even be people in the past that you need to forgive. There may even be people that you need to talk to, that you need to make amends with. Do that. Because it's far more powerful to do that and to move on than it is to keep perpetuating the same cycles over and over. And as I say in the unicorn as well, you don't want to keep getting on and off, you don't want to keep getting back on the merry-go-round. Get off the fucking merry-go-round. So what stories are you telling yourself? Make yourself aware of these stories and see if there is something that needs healing. And genuinely there might be experiences and stories that you recount just because they're funny and because they're entertaining and you want to share a particular experience and there's no real attachment to it. And that is not an issue. The thing is when you are telling stories over and over again to keep recreating the same experiences. And I'm sure that you want far more for yourself than to keep repeating the same cycles. So look at your stories and go within and then decide, what story do I want to create next? Tell me below what stories you're going to create next. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Earth Angel TV. I hope to see you again next week. Please do comment and get in touch. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and check out my novels as well, because they're pretty good stories. See you soon.